going on right here, man? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. I would think I would be. I know what time it is usually. You know, you didn't have to spook up on me like that. Be all in my business a little bit. It's okay though. Anywho, you know what it is. It's Zeus Cruz of Olympian Multimedia, giving you another segment of Get Things Done. I know it's been a while, guys. I know you're probably wondering, like, yo, where's this guy at? Well, I'm still here, still rolling. In this particular segment, we're going to be discussing about doing video and photography content in a more mobile setting. I know a lot of you guys out there are wondering or going through the whole process of thinking about how to do your photography project or your video project, and you're wondering, man, do I really need all this type of equipment? Do I need all this type of software, all these different type of components, accessories, different attachments I got to put onto my equipment? And the answer is no. There's definitely a cost-effective way to go about and putting out really good quality video and photography content. So let's give you an example of it. This is the newest toy that I just got. As you can see the brand name there. This is the FeiyuTech Pocket 3. And if you notice here, it has two parts to it. This is the camera along with its tripod. And this component right here is a controller that leads into creating a gimbal, in which we will show you that in a second. Very light and compact. As you can see, it fits in the palm of your hand. If you notice the accessories that come with it, it's not a whole lot. So it's definitely easy to go. And it's very adaptable to whatever setting that you're trying to do your content with. And the neat thing about it is it's almost like a 2-for-1 type of deal that you're getting with this product. Showing you here, this is the camera with the tripod. It's on a swivel, as you can see. Gives you that functionality, but it does have some resistance to it. The power button is here. Manual mode is here. Very easy for you to just go ahead and take it off. Manual mode obviously gives you a lot more control on specifics that you're trying to do. If you lightly tap on the power button, it allows you to change the resolution in which you film from 1080 to 4K, and also change the resolution to the standard 16:9, which is the usual one for if you're going to upload to YouTube. We got it on 1080p right now. You have the base of it detaches. There's a magnet in which you can place this anywhere, and it allows you, for if the magnet is able to attract to a certain area, you could get better anglings as well. You can sync this to an application on your phone if you prefer using your phone over using the controller stick. But other than that, easy assembling to it, as you just swivel it on. Once it's screwed on, you get it into the direction, obviously, that you want to film. Yes, the downside of it is the screen is not that big, but it's enough for you to get an understanding of what you're trying to film. It does have a photo mode on there, so you can do some photography on it, simple photography on it. But if you notice, the clarity is outstanding. And as you can see, you can control the camera as I'm going from left to right, down and up. And it goes to your commands very fluently. How cool is that? You can even almost do like a selfie. And it's very responsive. Hello, Nani. But it's very responsive, and it doesn't take much for you to control it at all. And then you want to tap in on this, where it allows you to zoom. And as you can see, this zooms is pretty impeccable, where you can get nice detail, whatever subject that you're trying to take footage of. And then you just press down on it, on the slider, and then obviously you just zoom back. And then for manual mode, you got different modes where it's like follow mode, lock mode. So depending on how many times you click on the manual button, which as you can see is labeled M, lock mode means you just want the camera to be still in that particular position and that's it. Obviously that's great for still shots. If you're looking for follow mode, then that's good for motion capture. You want it to follow you as you go. And being that this is very portable, you can keep this in your pocket, hence the name FeiyuTech Pocket 3. You can keep it on your person, out of sight, out of reach. Well, obviously you want it in reach, but you know what I'm saying. Accessibility allows you to continue on with your video and not be so consumed with the controls. And as you can see, the setup is very easy and to the point. So we take this out. Let's bring this back over here. Just a neat thing to use. But that's not all, guys. Let's take it a step further. If you go ahead and take this off the swivel or off the mini pod, we're going to take this magnetic base off. We're going to head and fold this in. Then you can actually put the camera up to here and connect it. And as you can see, now it turns into a gimbal. And how cool is that? And you still have the same functionality that we just showed you, using the manual mode to the different types of modes. You go ahead and zoom in and zoom out. And then if you want a little bit more extra leverage, you can screw this in and use this as a handle. And the clarity is still there. And now you have a gimbal in which you could just move around and just take incredible shots and incredible footage. And then look, just as easy as we took it off, or put it on, it's just as quick. You could put it on there, onto a tabletop or some type of surface, and go right back to doing what you're doing. So the functionality is there, the flexibility is there for you to do different types of footage from different types of angling. Very portable, very quick to use, low overhead, very intuitive. It's not going to take you long to get the hang of it. The controls are very responsive, and it gives you that mobility that you need to be on the fly and take some footage. Right? Sounds cool? Yes? No? Maybe so? All right, well then follow me over here. Let's take a stroll down here. If you're looking to do more traditional type of photography or videography, Obviously, you're going to go get yourself a DSLR or a mirrorless camera, as you see here. But things can get a little bit more complicated because you'll end up wanting to buy all this different types of components for your riggings, different attachments that you can put on there, and things can just get a little bit messy, a little bit complicated, a lot of things in your way, a lot of things that you will have to control and monitor. So the best thing that I will recommend, as you see here, we have the tripod by Joilcan. Obviously, you do your research. You can find the best brand that works best for you. But you want to find one that gives you that functionality, but also that flexibility, as we just demonstrated with the FeiyuTech Pocket 3, to allow you to shoot from different angles without the need of all this unnecessary rigging or components that come with it. So let's demonstrate we're here with this. As you see the arm bar here, if you slightly turn the arm bar, not all the way, but slightly, and then you push up, look how great this is. Now you get to take some great footage. If your subject matter is below you, maybe you're sitting on a hill or onto a cliff and you want to take some nice scenery shots, and then it's on this nice swivel where you could just turn around and you're getting the angling that you need without having to set some kind of unnecessary rigging, as I said, to give you that footage. And everything is secure, as you see. You go ahead and turn that back in to secure it in place. And then you could go back to taking your standard footage. Neat, right? So if you notice this dial over here to the side, let's turn that. Now all the way again. And the cool thing about this is that it allows you to go up, well down, but also up. And then you go in that 360 motion. Again, it eliminates having to get access things in order for you to get this type of angling for your photos and your videos. All right? You bring it right back centered. We'll tune this in, tighten it up, and you're good to go. Last but not least, if you notice this dial right here, we're going to turn this. And this is like my favorite. Now, how cool is that? Go ahead and tighten it up. So if you're taking, especially from a photos, you're taking side angle views, maybe some still shots where the subject's back is up against the wall, and you want a narrow perspective in your frame when it comes to like the backdrop or whatever landscape is surrounding your subject. Look how beautiful this is to allow your camera to be stilt on the side. And again, you're doing the 360 motion. And you go ahead and take the footage that you want. This will be great too for motion capture if you're looking for whatever your subject is and the motion is going from left to right or right to left. Again, you're able to get that with such ease and clarity. And then just as easy as you set it up here, go ahead and turn this up. And then you bring it right back down. And now you're back in the standard mode. So when you're doing your research, understand there are tripods that are pretty just standardized, where it's just allowing you to put your camera onto a platform. It does come with the arm bar. And then probably the most functionality you get is that it'll allow you to go from side to side a little bit. You want to find a tripod that gives you that functionality that I just showed you there to allow you to do multiple angles on the fly, again, without the necessity of all this type of rigging or components that go with it. And then, obviously, the most important thing when it comes to photography, or at least one of the top components when it comes to photography, videography, is the lighting. Lighting is so important to make sure not only is your subject in frame, but the lighting in there along with the shadowing, that people can really get a sense of what you're trying to accomplish with your photo, with your videos. Everything is seen with supreme clarity. But you may not have it again within your budget to go ahead and get all the professional lighting, all the different types of fixtures with it. So I recommend for you to get a hybrid version of a light fixture that encompasses everything when it comes to lighting, as far as the tinting, the temperature, the temperament, um, to add different types of effects, to have the soft white along with the light tint that you can incorporate with the soft white. So this brand right here is called GreatLPT. It's actually a society company of Newer. So again, these are products or companies I definitely recommend. If we go ahead and turn the light off here, so we show you or demonstrate to you what we got going on here. As we turn it on, if you notice the back panel, you can put batteries on here. So obviously it makes it portable if you're going to take it on the go. But you do have a 16-volt jack right here that you can plug up into the wall. Obviously used for studio. Right now we got it on the soft white. It has a panel back here with a screen highlighting different features that are accessible to you. Right now it's on CCT mode. There are different modes built into it. This mode, as you can see, is just the soft whiting with a little bit of tint. If you come over here, as highlighted by the color, by using this dial, you could go ahead and tune it to make it a little bit more brighter or a little bit more lighter. If you press the mode, it takes you to the HSI mode. You can change the brightness of it. This deals with coloring. If you're going to add that color into your photo or your video, this is the mode in which you want to do it. And then as you can see, you can change the brightness of it on the fly just with the dial or lower it. If you click here, you could change the hue, which is the overall coloring. As you see, it's starting to get red. Now it has like a little bit of a pinkish, maybe like purplish type color. It's a little bit of a drag just using the dial. It probably would have been more accessible if they kind of just outlined the colors already, and then you go ahead and pick and choose through some type of module type setting. But in any case, you're still getting the job done by providing the different types of lighting. And then if you press down here, you get saturation with how light or how in depth you want the coloring to be. And then for the last mode, you got scene. And as you notice right here, the different colors, it's going through the whole spectrum. It's automatically doing it. Doesn't need to be hands-on for you to control different functions on here. It's doing it on its own. Again, you can control the brightness of it. Then when you click on here, you could change what they're called cycles or scenes that's embedded into the camera. Into the light. So you can see now we have a flash. And the neat thing here, if you could look right here, it actually gives you a description based on which scene that you're on. Now we got a more faster flash. Now we got party mode. Kind of give it that club setting, right? So depending on what you want to do, you can incorporate more than one scene in your footage by simply just moving the dial and going to the next scene or mode that they have on here. So being that it's hybrid, you're getting the best of both worlds. You got the soft whiting, you got the effects, and you got the coloring all in one setting, in one device, instead of having a whole bunch of different fixtures that permeate them certain effects or styles or modes. You can all have it right here. And very cost efficient for this particular model. It only costs less than $100. So it's definitely within budget to get. And definitely something that I recommend. If you're looking for a situation where you're trying to do your footage in a more mobile and a more portable way. So I'm thinking that's it. Just want to give you guys some feedback, give you some insight. There is a easier way to do your photography and your videos in a more simpler way. I always recommend do your research, but the products that I showed here are definitely a start for you to get you going on your projects. So hopefully I gave you that insight. And I'm thinking that's it. So you know what it is. This is Zeus Cruz of Olympia Multimedia. And I guess the only thing left to say is what is it again? Oh, get things done. Check you later.